G'day guys, and today we're going to do the review which is between Geelong Essendon at the MCG Sunday afternoon. And what a day it was for the Cats. They got the job done by 32 points and I tipped the Bombers, so I'm super stoked with that to get that tip wrong. It might be one of my... No, I think I got at least two wrong, so that's fine. It's not my tips video, but anyway, it was the Cats too strong today, and yeah, I went to the game, obviously being a home game for Geelong, went along there to the G, and really stoked with the result. Like what I saw for most of the game, some really good plays, and played very nicely as a team, I felt. And yeah, we're just too strong for them in the end. I suppose going through the quarter by quarter, we got off to a really good start. I think we kicked the first 3 or 4. The Bombers did hit back late, so we had control for the first 10 or so minutes, then the Bombers... they sort of had their turning momentum, but to our defensive credit, we only allowed them 4 more goals for the rest of the game. They didn't kick very well in front of goal, so that didn't really help them. I think we only really had 2 more scoring shots than them, but yeah, we didn't make the most of our opportunities either, and while it's not shown on the scoreboard there, we had a lot of plays that just, yeah, and I think both sides probably didn't finish off a lot of good work that they did up the field. Yeah, I guess exemplified by the final result. So, yeah, look, we started off well, and then we were really good in the second term. We didn't quite get it fully on the scoreboard, but we got the game on our terms, and yeah, we had some really good runs there. Third term, we were really solid as well. Again, only the 3 goals, but get Essendon to 1, and we looked really good, and it looked as though we nearly had the game done. Essendon kicked an early one in the last, which gave him a little bit of a sniff, but we responded very well, and with a nice win. So 32 is a little bit flattering to the Bombers. We're probably 7-8 goal better side, but that's okay. I'll take the W any day of the week. But yeah, I suppose looking at some of the stats, got a little bit more of the pill. Free kicks were the same. Felt like we got a lot more kicks and some that weren't paid, but anyway. Clearances, they got a few more around the ground as they generally do. Early on, they were doing alright in the clearances, the Bombers. They had more inside 50s, but again, pretty efficient, and it helps when you kick a bit straighter as well. And once again, probably could have had maybe even more bang for our buck, but really happy with this stat here. 17 marks inside 50 for not stacks and stacks of entries. It's not a bad effort. It's one every sort of 2.5, 3. So I'll take that on board, definitely. Contested possessions, that's where the game is going to be won and lost today. The last few times Bombers have just killed us in that area. Get us in on the inside, then take us to the game on the outside where we don't really like it as much sometimes. Tackles, excellent. Again, when you're winning the footy and you're out tackling, you're working harder than the opposition is. And a few more hit-outs. Bell Chambers was a little bit sore, but yeah, look, very pleased with how we played. Yeah, a great team performance. We got off to a great start, which we needed the last few times. Again, the Bombers have really overwhelmed us early on, and when that happens, when we get overwhelmed early on, it sort of sets a tone for the day. But yeah, the fact that we were able to start off pretty well put us in good stead for the rest of the game, and we got the result I guess we deserved. And obviously, Joel Selwood was a laid out. Patrick Dangerfield, he got a... I'm going to guess it's something wrong with his ankle. I might say down here. Knee. Well, looked like an ankle the one he was walking. That's fine. Yeah, so hopefully that's not too bad. I hope he gets rested, to be honest, but who knows? He'll just be a freak. But he only got the 8 possessions today. I'll go into that in the player review. Yeah, so we were reasonably out of the clearance most of the time. The Bombers out of the centre clearance were probably a bit more effective at times. But the game wore on, and we really got our resolve together. We were very hard to stop, and our defence was just, again, magnificent. The whole defensive 6 just working really well, minus Zach Guthrie. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I don't know how he gets a game. I don't know why he was put in the side. Obviously, Zach Tui was a laid out. But wouldn't you bring in Clark and bring in Constable for Selwood? Parker was good, though, I suppose, from all reports. Anyway, I'm talking too much about the player review here. Yeah, the ball movement was really slick. Did plenty of switches, which was nice. And yeah, we were a bit of a handful when it got inside 50, and there was a lot of chaos balls. Their pressure, once again, have to laud the forward line for that. They were really good in that area. Once again, just generating sort of repeat stoppages and more opportunities for us to get scores on the board. And it's just such a difference from the previous years where we've just not been able to keep it inside our 50. And finally, yeah, it looks like we can play a bit more in our front half rather than relying on sort of players in the back half having to get all the clearances in the world to be able to get the scores. But in fact, we're keeping in there, using it reasonably well to full effect for our forwards as well. And no, I'm stoked. 6-1 after 7 weeks after what looked like to be a super duper tough draw. Yeah, it's been splendid. No, nothing more than that. We're I'm not sure if I said, but we're game clear and percentage clear on top of the ladder, so that's awesome early on. But yes, very happy, very strong in the air, good on the ground, moved the ball really well, lots of handball chains that set up some really good plays and some dangerous moves forward, and got the result that we needed. So very stoked, guys, very stoked. We'll go into the votes for the game, and it's quite tough because there was a lot of good players, and that's a good problem to have. Tim Kelly gets my 3 votes. He got the 30 touches, 4 marks, a couple of free kicks, a couple of tackles, and a couple of goals. And from the very first bounce, the way he controls it in the middle and in tight traffic, he really knows how to find space, and he generally uses it pretty well. Yeah, he was really good for basically the whole game and got the most touches for us. So very wrapped with TK and his year that he's putting in. He's been exceptional. So I'm going to give the 2 votes to Mitch Duncan. He got the 22 possessions, 10 marks. He always gets 10 marks plus, it feels. He's a good release kick, 4 tackles, 3 goals, and he kicked a couple. I think he kicked a couple early on. I know he kicked at least 1. And yeah, goals are pretty crucial times that really help set us up and apply that scoreboard pressure to the opposition. Again, really clean with the ball and had some good running outside work there from Mitch. And we'll go to an inside play now for Tom Atkins. Congratulations, mate. You've got a vote on the Tizio 100 bandwagon. He got the 23 possessions, got a grab in there and 6 tackles. Tell you what, the way he puts his head over the ball, the way he handballs to players out in space, the way he wins it inside of a clearance, the way he pressures and tackles blokes is phenomenal. He's been a great pickup. Stiff not to get the 2 votes in my opinion, but almost based on pure weighted numbers there, Duncan sort of gets the 2 votes. But yeah, I was super impressed with Tommy Atkins. Yeah, look, playing more in the midfield and right in the guts, I reckon he always looks likely when he's in the centre square, in the centre circle at the bounce. So yeah, I guess we'll run through a few more players here and let's have a look at see how this ladder's going. Yep, very nice. Might look at that after the game. After the review. AFL got the 26 touches, 7 marks, 5 tackles, 2 goals. They booed him, and he got shield high with a bit of a elbow raise, and he might be in a bit of strife for that. He might get a week if he left the deck, and I think Cousins got a week for it. So you would expect precedence to take place, but they were booing him for that. But I'll tell you what, there was a lot of cheering as well. Ablett was really solid. He had a bit of a quiet second term after that sort of incident, but really got moving as the game wore on. His class really outshined, some really good kicks around the corner. And hit up some targets very nicely. Kicks again some really important goals. The snap was brilliant, and then the finish from the set shot in the last quarter to put the nail in the coffin was full on. It was so good. Guthrie really explosive again. 25 touches. Really liking the way he's going about it. Menegola just racked the ball up in the final term. He got a few grabs in there and ended up with 28. Solid game from him. He'll be very impressed with that. Hawkins took the 10 marks, kicked a couple of goals. Played his role and sort of up the ground a little bit as well, so he got a few more grabs. Stanley was really good. Bell Chambers had him on the chain a little bit early on, but Stanley stood up and yeah, look, he's a really good presence. Stewart's probably, if I could give a 4 or a vote somewhere, I would give him a vote. He got best on ground, so it's quite baffling that I don't have him in there. But 25 touches, 9 marks. Easily could have put him in the votes, but was just very impressed with those other guys. Dalhouse got 22 and 5 marks, and yeah, look, he's playing his role continually. Miles got 25. I didn't realise he had that much of the ball, but yeah, look, he racked it up, and yeah, he's just a really good user of the ball. Finished as well. Colin Jasny, 11 marks for 15 possessions. I think mine got a few kicked on him. I don't know if Stringer was his direct opponent, but he got a bit of the ball. But yeah, look, he's improving in leaps and bounds. His kicking needs improvement, but he's marking the ball, and hopefully we can move on to some good kicking. Henry is very solid, 9 marks. Atkins, love him, love the way he goes about it. Parfitt didn't really have the game on his terms, but he laid some tackles, which is good. And he does make some interesting decisions at times where you just go, well, what are you doing? Blitzer, super on Danaher. He might have kicked a goal. I think he kicked one, which was, yeah, out of the pack. Yeah, he continues to impress. Zach Guthrie, I don't know why he's in the team. He doesn't really use the ball that well. He's not very quick. He's not that confident, and we're not that confident when he gets the ball, so I don't know. Sorry, mate. I don't know. I don't know why Clark didn't play. I'll come in for Tui, but anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. Rowan was quiet, but he chased really well. Got a goal on the goal line, which was nice. A few marks, and went up at so many packs. He didn't quite bring them down, but he was really solid. Yeah, trying to take some craps. O'Connor, yeah, a couple of times he took it on when he probably shouldn't have, but again, yeah, very good from him. Taylor had a bit of it early, and I don't think I saw him much after that, but he played a good game. Clark only got the 7 touches, got a few marks in there, got a point, and don't know what was worse, Clark or Dangerfield. The Dangerfield handball should have finished. Clark shouldn't have slipped over. Chicken or the egg on that one. But yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. Dangerfield injured. He played mainly forward. Got 8 touches. It's probably his lowest tally ever potentially. Radagalier again. He's got a few marks. Yeah, 1 mark. I don't know. I'd probably send him back to the VFL to get some confidence, because right now he's just not really giving much. He's presenting and he's running around the ground. And, yeah, he just doesn't really have that presence, to be honest. He took some good marks last week, but I just feel like he gets lost sometimes and doesn't really get into the game. But yeah, I mean, Tui hopefully comes back soon. You'd imagine Dangerfield would probably miss. I mean, for North Melbourne, we were pretty much out without Dangerfield and Selwood anyway, so see what happens there. Gaz might miss a week, so yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how they view all that. There's plenty of depth in the midfield, plenty to like, no doubt about that. Yeah, look, I don't really like Guthrie in the side, but yeah, hopefully Tui's back pretty soon. Hopefully Buse isn't far away. We might look at Geelong Cats injuries and see what we got. If that didn't fixture, I'm going to... unbelievable. Let's see what we got here. I think Hendo went off in the 2s, from what I heard. So Selwood, a bit of a hammy. Fogarty's short term. Parfitt, he's in. Buzzer, never play him again, please. Buse, so he's got a groin. Hopefully not too far away, if he can make it into the best 22, that is, I suppose. So yeah, look, pretty comprehensive performance. And looking on to next week, we've got a big game against North Melbourne. They had a massive win over the Blues, and yeah, they'll be no easy beat. Sometimes they give us troubles. It's weird. They occasionally throw us a curly one, where I think Orland Smith kicked one to win us the game a few years back now, and Dangerfield got 48 one time, and yeah, they can sometimes get that run and carry, but I'd like to think we're a pretty good show for this one. Yeah, the only thing that can potentially wreck us is players that don't take it seriously, or we have a number of players out, and there's a good chance to be a number of changes coming in. But I expect us to win probably in the 4 to 6 goal range. I don't expect it to be easy. No game is easy. So yeah, hopefully we can get a win there, and yeah, no, that's awesome. So we'll look at the results on the ladder here. The Dockers, how do they go? Because they didn't concede much yet. We're number 1 in percentage and number 1 for the least amount against. So that's positive, and maybe the most for as well. Let's have a look. Is that the Giants? Not the Giants. So we're second. So that's a bit of a wrap from me, guys, and I think the AFL website said it as well. So, alright, wrapping that one up. Now let's go back to Essendon and Geelong. So it was Geelong home by 32 points. Awesome win for the Cats. 6-1 on top of the ladder by a win and percentage. So super wrap, guys. Get the video a like, subscribe away as well. It'll be awesome. And thanks once again for sticking around. Really appreciate your time as always. Beautiful. Enjoy the night. Thanks, guys. See you all next time.